Here are 3 things I learned from attending my very first Comic-Con event, as well as my first time cosplaying at an event. First thing I learned is that no one cares what you look like, meaning no one is worried about if your wig isn't perfect, if your costume could have been tweaked, like any of that. I would say there was such a level of like etiquette and camaraderie and friendliness, and overall it's just a very judgment-free zone that no one is worried about like if it's your costume didn't look right, or if it's your first time. People don't even know if it's your first time cosplaying. So I didn't realize how much of a judgment-free zone it was. And for someone who's a total like new person, also, even if you don't go dressed up there and maybe you just wear a graphic tee with something you like no one's judging and no one cares. So that is something that I was thinking that you had to be really deep into cosplay in order to attend one of these events. Which leads into the second thing that I learned. So number 2 is that you will or can make friends at these events. So I was also not expecting that, is that you don't know who you're going to meet because everyone's there. And like I said, there's a sense of camaraderie and just, people recognize your costume, or if they're like, hey, that's like a really like awesome, outfit or whatever. It's people end up just having a level of like respect for each other and sense of, inspiration there, and you never know who you're going to connect with. I know that at some of these events, I don't know if it's at every one, but there's also like dance parties at some of them after the event. So like the Friday or Saturday night, that they will sometimes have a dance party and you mix and mingle with people. So you never know who you're going to meet. And funny enough, like I actually connected with people from these events after the event. So they found me online, and I actually did have a couple people, actually more than a couple people, reach out to me online because we all tag our location on Instagram and stuff, and people like reconnected, and now we might see each other at future events. So you just never know like who you're going to meet, and that you can or will make friends at some of these events. The third thing I learned is that no company is better than bad company. And what I mean by that is, so both events that I've been to, I've only been to 2 like Comic-Con type of events before, and I went with only a couple people each time, and I'm really grateful for the people I went with, because whether it was they were dressed up, or even like at one of them, my cousin like wasn't dressed up, but like the company you keep and like who you're around is just like really important, because like you don't want to go with someone who's just like not about cosplay, or say if the event was about anime, they just have no interest in it, and you're kind of just like bringing them there, which I don't even know why you would bring someone like that to an event. But if they're just like not into it, or they're not open to, maybe mingling with other people, like it's not going to be as enjoyable than just going by yourself. So obviously, if you're planning on going with a friend group, a partner, whatever, that's perfectly fine. But I would just say like it's better to go with like good company and people actually excited about this kind of event, or even just open-minded, even if they have like no knowledge of like anime or don't know some of the movies that you're referring to or whatever. But they're at least like open-minded and like think like, hey, like this is like pretty cool and stuff like that. Like, it's better to go with no company than bad company. So those are my 3 main takeaways from going to my very first Comic-Con and cosplay events. And now I honestly feel like this kind of just like opens Pandora's box, where I'm thinking about the next events I'm going to go to, and who do I want to cosplay as next, and who do I want to go with, and things like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.